Hello friends and welcome back to the Dork Side. I'm the Dork on the road and these are my motorcycles. That's right friends, I'm the Dork on the road and I want to be your internet riding buddy, so please consider subscribing. Several of you, many of you, a couple of you have asked me for a garage update. I know there are a lot of new subscribers to the channel. The channel's doubled in size every year over the last 2 years, and so there are some new people coming in. Welcome to the community to all of you. But some of you have asked, what bikes do you own? What bikes are you currently riding? This is my attempt to update you right now. As of January 2022, I currently have 4 motorcycles in the garage, and I have finally reached my goal of having one of each of the Japanese manufacturers. Those of you that know me know that I love the Japanese dual sports more than anything. Let me show you each of the 4 bikes that I currently have in the garage. First up, my 2014 Honda Adventure Grom. This is definitely the most unusual of the bikes that I own, and the only one that isn't a true dual sport, although I like to think I've converted it to one with all the mods that I've done. I have a full playlist on the build and all the riding adventures on the Adventure Grom if you're curious about it, which I will link for you. But basically, it is a 2014 Grom. Actually came with a glow-in-the-dark white wrap, which I peeled off because I like the black better. And I've added, hand guards, double take mirrors. It actually came with these knobby tires, which is nice. These are the Maxxis knobby tires. These are new handlebars, the Pro Tapers, quad lock charger and mount, new foot pegs, which is a big upgrade for this. These are the Two Brothers foot pegs. It's got this rear rack, fender eliminator. It's got the turn signals, flush mount turn signals. And all in all, it is a very fun machine to go out and rip around in the woods. Super fun and a great unintimidating motorcycle for someone who is maybe just getting into motorcycling but also wants to learn to ride off-road. This is the most unintimidating bike of all time, I feel like, or one of. So this one's actually for sale, sadly. So I don't know how much longer it's going to be around, but if you're interested, send me a message on Instagram or email me and let's talk about it. That's the Adventure Grom. This one's really fun. It was a really fun project. I just don't find myself riding it as much as I thought I would, so this one's probably the next one to go. Next, this is the 2006 Yamaha XT225. This is a bike you might recognize from the I got my daughter a motorcycle for Christmas video. This is the newest addition to the garage. Got this one for Lil Dork, obviously in December. Didn't give it to her till the end of December. So we haven't actually been out riding on it yet. Gonna do some maintenance stuff to it and change the oil, put a new air filter in, all of that. This is a 2006 XT225 that I got for her for a couple reasons. One, she wasn't digging the kickstart. She had a DRZ125, which is now gone. And she wants something low to the ground and lightweight, but I also wanted to get her something that she's 14 now, going on 15, and in a year and a half or so, she'll be able to ride legally on the street. And so if she does want to ride motorcycles and go motorcycle camping, I wanted her to have a bike that she'd be able to do that on, and also get it now so she'd have some time to get used to it, get comfortable with it in the woods, and then that way if she wants to take her MSF class on it, she's got a bike she's comfortable with, it's ready to go. She doesn't have to learn how to use it or get comfortable with it before we actually start having adventures. So the idea is hopefully in a couple years, you'll see this on the road doing some fun camping adventures and stuff with Lil Dork and I. It's really loaded. It came with all kinds of stuff. There's a plane. Great thing about this bike is it came with basically everything that I would have wanted to put on it anyway. It's got a seat concept seat, it's got these pannier racks, upgraded foot pegs, it's got hand guards, it's got better tires, although we're going to put some Tusk D Sports on it. Thanks Rocky Mountain for sending those. Aftermarket exhaust. It's in great shape, oversized tank, and I think this is going to be a great bike for her. Lightweight, low to the ground, easy to ride. It's got the button which she wanted, and to be perfectly honest, I'm going to get more use out of this than she does between now and then, I'm guessing, because I can't wait to take this thing and tear up the trails with it. Great, simple bike that I'm really excited to have recently added to the garage. This is the newest bike and my first Yamaha, so that's pretty cool. This is my 2020 Suzuki DRZ400S. This is probably my favorite motorcycle of all time that I've ever owned. Sorry, KLR. I bought it new in 2020, and so I've had it for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And this is a bike that really opened my eyes to what was possible in off-road riding. I had a 250L before, it was fine, but I have just gained so much confidence from riding this motorcycle. It's just, for me personally, so much more capable and encouraging, fun to ride, and love that download torque, love that upgraded suspension. It's a very comfortable, very fun, just pure fun motorcycle. I love this bike. So I also have a full playlist on this bike, which I can link for you, but 2020 DRZ is one of my favorites, and I've done a ton of stuff to it. Got a seat concept seat, hand guards, quad lock charger, double take mirrors, of course. Got the old giant loop buck and roll here. It's got Trackmasters on it right now. Those are tires I really like, but I'm gonna put the D Sports on it. Eventually the rear is starting to show a little bit of wear, and Rocky Mountain was cool and sent me a set, so that's coming soon. But I love the black color with the black rims. I think this is one of the coolest looking, if not the coolest looking model years of DRZ. And if you're a DRZ fan, you get it. And if you aren't, you probably don't understand why I love this bike so much, but I love this bike. This is, if I had to sell all my bikes but one, this is the one that I would keep. Again, sorry, KLR. Mileage-wise, the Grom, Adventure Grom has 1,800 miles on it. The XT actually has 16,000 miles on it, but mostly from before I got it, obviously. I've put about 5 on it since. New top end was done recently, so I'm not at all worried about that. This one has 2,000-ish miles on it. Lots and lots of that. Well over half has been off-road. I don't ride it on the road a ton. There are so many planes today. I live right by the airport. Probably the same plane. It's cool, I'll wait. Oh, and I've been meaning to show you guys this, and I haven't yet because I haven't used the DRZ in a video. So let me show you the newest addition that I made to it. This is the Moto dash. So if you're familiar with DRZs at all, you know that normally the ignition switch is here, mounted to the top of the handlebar bracket. The Moto dash is this piece of aluminum, and it comes with this charger. And what you do is you take that bracket off, you move your ignition switch over to the Moto dash, and it just gives it a much cleaner look and gives you this really cleanly installed charger with a switch, on-off switch. This is a slick install. It looks factory to me. You wouldn't even notice it's an aftermarket accessory, and that is the Moto dash. I'll put a link to it in the description for you. The guy was generous enough to send this out for me, and I just really have been meaning to show it to you guys, and I haven't made a DRZ video in a while. So there it is. That's worth checking out, especially if you own a DRZ. I just really think it cleans up the look a lot, gives you a really well-positioned charger. My plane's back again. I hear it. Seriously, I don't think he's landed yet. I think it's the same guy. Bro, come on. It's not yard work, it's planes. This neighborhood just doesn't want me to film.
20 minutes later.
So the DRZ is my trail riding, forest exploring, anything that I think is going to be super challenging or I'm just not sure. That's the bike that I want to be on. I don't like to spend a lot of time on the highway on it, but I will. But that's definitely more my trail riding, abandoned road bike. And then this, the KLR, this is my 2022 Kawasaki KLR650 Adventure. And this is my moto camping, long road tripping, multi-day trip bike. So it came with the side cases, it's got the crash bars, it's got these aux lights. It came with the chargers up here up front. It's fuel injected, so this is the first year of fuel injection, and this is my newest motorcycle. It's not the most recent addition to the garage, but it is the newest bike that I own because it's a 2022. So I've only had it for a few months, sold my Africa Twin, and I really like it so far. It's been great for road tripping. Done a couple moto camping trips on it. I've got a whole playlist on this bike too, which I will link for you. So if you're interested at all in the KLR650, particularly the new one, I have a bunch of videos for you. But I figured out that my Giant Lubsiskiu panniers actually work with this. I made a video about that for their channel, which I can link for you if you're interested in soft luggage options that work with the 650 Adventure specifically, because these racks are weird. They don't have a bottom bar, they just have a top bar, and so they won't work with most traditional soft luggage, unfortunately. But I find this bike to be plenty comfortable on long rides. The seat's pretty comfortable, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. I also just did a 1,000-mile review if you want to know more about how I feel about the KLR, but that's my KLR650. Done a few mods to it. I like it a lot so far. So those are my 4 bikes that I have right now, and I really think the Grom is just a fun sort of extra that was a fun project to build and dink around on. I wouldn't call that an essential bike, but I'm really a strong believer in the 2-bike off-road bike system. I think having my light bike that is for trail riding and stuff like that, that I don't have to mod up and put a bunch of luggage on to go camping, so I can just keep it, you know, super lean and mean and for what I want to use it for. And so having a dual sport for that, and then having an adventure bike or a big dual sport like the KLR here for your longer road tripping, moto camping, carrying lots of gear, multi-day trips and all that is awesome too, because this bike is far better on the highway and still plenty capable off-road if we were doing BDRs or something like that. I don't want to try to find a bike that does both, because it will do neither well. I really like having 2, the dual sport adventure bike combo. I think is the way to go if you can swing it. I realize not everybody can, and if you can't, then you got to try to find something in between and make compromises, and that makes sense to me too. But I love this 2-bike combo, and I love the KLR and the DRZ in particular. I'm very excited about the future on the XT225, and while I love the Grom and it was very fun to build, I don't think it's going to be around much longer, so wanted to show it to you guys while it was. If you have any questions about my bikes, my bike lineup, why I have the bikes that I have, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Those of you that have been around for a while know that I like to get bikes, I like to ride bikes, I like to test bikes, I like to make a certain amount of videos on bikes, and then I don't get super attached to those bikes. So this lineup will continue to change as the opportunity arises, but for now I'm pretty happy with what I have. What am I missing? What bike should I add to my garage? Let me know in the comments. But that's just kind of a quick and dirty look at all 4 bikes I have right now, because like I said, some of you are new, some of you aren't sure what all I'm riding or what all I have. I wanted to get you a little bit of time, a little up close and personal with them. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Well, thank you.
Excellent!
Now I gotta put all these back in the garage.